Hello, Masters and Princesses. It's me, Alan. I'm back. I know it's been a while. I apologize. I just came back from Japan, so I was on a couple of week vacation over there with my family, with my wife and two kids. So it's been a while since I uploaded, and also I got a very bad case of jet lag when I got back somehow, which was not the case when I went there. But anyway, so I was out for a while. This video, I'm not really doing a review or a reaction. What I'm doing is kind of like just kind of like share with you guys my experience as far as like me going to Japan to see Bandmate for the very first time. I've seen them before once, and I'm a fairly new fan, so I'm only been able to see them twice. So the first one was last year in October. They actually came here to San Diego, and so that was very cool. That was my first time seeing them, and it's always been a bucket list of mine to kind of like see the maids over in Japan. I just want to experience them in their home country, and also kind of like to see what it's like, seeing the difference between the Western fans and also the Japanese fans, the Masters and Princesses over there. So I really wanted to do that. So it just so happens that we were going on vacation before I even knew that Bandmate was going to start touring in Japan. So I managed to secure one ticket, and I looked at my itinerary, which had been planned for a couple of months before the announcement of the QG even happened. So I kind of like had to convince my wife to let me go to Fukuoka. Well, they kind of had to come also. They never been to Fukuoka, but the thing is, Fukuoka is not very convenient as far as like our hub. Our hub was in Tokyo, and we went to different places from there, but not as far as Fukuoka. Fukuoka by bullet train is about 5 hours away from Tokyo. So it ended up being like one day and one night basically what I had to like carve out of my itinerary to see the maids. But luckily I was able to do it, and my wife was really cool about it. So we ended up going over there. And I went to a place called Drum Logos in Fukuoka. It holds about 1,000 people, so it's not a very big venue. And but from what I understood, the venue before that, I don't remember the name or the place, but they had a couple of QGs before the Fukuoka. It only had a capacity of 450 or 500, something like that, which really surprised me. Part of me as a fan of Bandmate is I really wish them success, right? And part of that success is for them to, their goal is world domination, right? So I wanted like bigger venues for them, and to me, that means like at least 3,000 people capacity and up is what I'm hoping for them. Hopefully that's in the near future. Of course, they've already been able to fill, what is it, the Tokyo Garden, and then now they are planning on an even bigger venue in Yokohama. So I really hope that that happens. But also, I'm also conflicted as a fan. I kind of like watching the maze in those intimate venues, you know. 1,000. San Diego's about 1,000, then this Drum Logos one is also about 1,000. So I kind of like them seeing them in those smaller venues because you know there's a certain feeling of intimacy, and you really connect, because even if you're like all the way in the back, it's still not that far, and you still get a good view and still feel like they're doing a private show for you guys, right? Or for us. So part of me, I really enjoy that. But the other thing is like I really want them to be filling out arenas. So anyway, this place, I didn't get there till around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Like I said, it wasn't that close, and that's the earliest I could have scheduled the bullet train to go over there. So I was worried that it was going to be all the way in the back and not have a good spot. But when I got there was around 100 to 150 people online. So I started walking and documenting the line, and it turned out that it wasn't the line for the actual show. It was just the line for the merch. What they have is a setup at the very front of the venue. It's not a very big venue, like I said, so there's really no room inside. So they just kind of like set it up outside. So the line was for that. So I came back to my hotel once I located the place because I wasn't sure where it was. And it turned out it was only about a block away from where I was staying. So I went back to put on my Band-Aid swag, if you will. I had a hoodie that I put on. So I came back, and then when I was walking down the line again, it didn't take me that long to get back. One local guy came out the line running towards me, and he was like showing me his phone. It turned out he was actually a subscriber, and I was like very surprised. I'm not a big channel, as you guys know, and I'm not expecting to be recognized or even like recognize people that are in line. So I was very surprised, and I was very glad that he recognized me, and he came up to me and he's like, "Hey, Alan." He actually called me by my name, and he showed me his phone with my channel on it, and I was like, "Whoa, wow, thank you very much, nice to meet you." And I was genuinely surprised. I took a picture with him, and I'm very sorry, whatever your name is. I'm very bad with names, especially if it's in Japanese and he's trying to tell me his name or the short version of it, and I still can't remember. So I'm sorry. If you see this video, please let me know in the comment what your name was again, so I can kind of like give you a shout out, because I'm going to be showing his picture. And there's a couple more people that I recognize, but I'll get back to that. Anyway, the merch line, I got in the merch all the way in the back. Maybe that's the reason why by the time I get to the front, it was kind of like not everything was available anymore. So I did manage to get like one CD. So I got Unseen World, one of my favorite CDs. So I got that, and I got two shirts. One is an orange Band-Maid shirt. I think this one is blank in the back. So I got that one, and then I got another one. This one I opened up because there's actually, it says Band-Maid 10th anniversary, 10th anniversary right there. And then the back, it's the Japanese dates and locations. So that's what's in the back. So no other ones are on here, just all the Japanese dates, and of course the final being in the Yokohama Arena, November 26th. So let me know if you guys have seen them in this recent tour in Japan, or are planning on seeing them. I highly recommend it. I had a lot of fun. So anyway, when you got a CD, also you are given a poster, a choice between two different posters. There was one that was the five of them, and I chose this one, which shows kind of like a collage of pictures of their last US tour when they were here. So it's the picture of the different venues and the ladies and some of the crowds. So that's really cool. I ended up folding it because it was rolled up when I got it, but I couldn't find anything, you know, like to protect it. So it kind of like got damaged a little bit. So I just decided to, you know, just fold it. It's still in fairly good shape, and I'll be able to probably frame this and put it up on the wall. But apparently they were doing autograph versions of this same poster, but it was very random. So one of the guys that I met, who happens to be in San Diego also, so that's another surprise, that I met somebody from San Diego, and we ended up talking, and he got an autograph poster. So needless to say, I was very jealous of this guy. But yeah, it's just kind of neat to go all the way to Japan and meet you know, a fan. And not only that, I should not say a fan, but a subscriber. Who knows if he's even a fan of mine, but he's a subscriber. And not only that, to meet other people from all over the world. I met somebody from the Netherlands, Germany. There's a guy from Korea, Hong Kong, and in the US, obviously. And I don't think there was a lot of us flying in from different countries, but there's quite a few. So I ended up meeting some of them, and one of the guys that I met, who was standing next to me in line, we were lining up already at this point. It was about an hour before the show started. And you guys already know this guy if you're a fan of Band-Maid, Alexei. He does the cello, I should go like this, the cello covers of Band-Maid songs, and he's a big fan of the Maids. And of course he was there, and he already saw the two previous shows before that, and I think he was going to watch at least 2 other shows. So at least 5 shows they went to, I believe. That's the thing with a lot of these fans that flew in from different countries. They were there to to watch multiple shows. And of course, I was also jealous, but understandably, I couldn't do more than one because I was there for vacation after all. But this guy's pretty much went to Japan to just see the maze and just went to see multiple shows. So good for them. I'm very jealous, like I said, and I wish I could see more, but that's okay. So yeah, so we went in the show, and I'm gonna show a stock photo of what the inside of this venue looks like. So it was pretty tight. It was pretty hot. I was carrying my swag bag, if you will, of the stuff that I bought, and I got like another souvenir. This is a pamphlet, I guess, that they are giving out with all the different shows they have. This is from Drum Logos, which I thought was pretty cool, so I just kind of grabbed it. So anyway, we got in there, and I kind of like ended up hanging out with Alexei and another college kid from Europe. I forgot which part of Europe, but he was there in Fukuoka for college, and he spoke Japanese, which was very convenient because every now and then he would like lean towards me and tell me what was going on, especially during the Imagi, the magic time, Imaginai time, and also Saiki and Miku did a lot of talking, mostly about the merch and Fukuoka, and this guy would come to me, kind of like whisper like, oh, they're talking about like last time they were here in Fukuoka, they didn't manage to sell out the venue. And I'm like, oh, wow, that's very surprising. But I think this might have been the third show that they did in Fukuoka in the Drum Logos location. So the set list, I'm gonna show the set list here, and this set list was actually from, I believe, from Alexei himself, and then he sent it to Peter Lim of MNN. So I kind of got this from his channel. But like I said, nobody had phones, which is, I liked it. I mean, I'm not used to it. Yeah, like here in the US, everybody has their phone up and doing this, right? But something about not having any phones is just kind of like really like immerses you in the show, and I really liked it. It kind of frees up your hands to like, do whatever you need to do. And you know that we all wanted to be active when it comes to Bandmate and watching their show. And over there, of course, a lot more people are able to do it because they're not doing this. So it kind of like goes all the way from front to back. Everybody is very, very into the show, and it's a lot of fun. And Alexei over here to my right, every now and then will pull out his phone, not to take pictures or anything, but he would like take notes every time a new song comes on, so he knows and he's making the list. So that's where this list came from. But he's so funny. That guy is just like, if you're talking about participation, this guy just was going like 100%. Just every time, you name it, he was just doing the whole thing. And not only that, he was taking notes on his phone, and also when the mage would take a break and do some speaking, he didn't have the banana costume this time, but he did have a pigeon mask, and he would like put it on, and he would just stand there, and I'm sure we were all hoping that Miku would notice and call it out, but I don't know if she saw him or not, but he put it on like 3 different times, and I was just looking at him like, Miku, give this guy some shout out, but it was pretty cool. And that's the thing with the Bandmate community, right? I have never been involved in a fan club, if you will, that is just so into the band, and the community is the main reason why I do my channel. Not only for Bandmate, but for other community. But the Bandmate community, I have to say, is pretty much the #1 community as far as like what I've been able to accomplish, as far as like talking to people through the channel, of course, but also meeting them in person, which is like pretty pretty cool. It's a little odd for me to be able to recognize, even if it's just one or two people. It happened to me also when I went to the San Diego concert. A couple of subscribers, hey, blah, 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 they actually recognize me, and I'm always like, what? Thank you, and if you do recognize me, please do come and, say hi, because I really appreciate meeting people and meeting friends that belongs in this community. Is just the best, and I'm glad that I'm a part of it. So back to the show. Yeah, it was packed, it was hot, it was loud, but the Maids did a tremendous show, and I really enjoyed it very, very much. Of course, there was songs that I really wanted to hear, and I like Secret My Lips. I'm just talking about what was on the set list that I liked that they actually played. So I was very glad that they played Secret My Lips. They did Awkward. Awkward is one of my favorite songs of theirs. So the fact that they played that was really, really cool. They played Memorable. They finished the set list with Unleash. But I just have to say, when it comes to hyping up the crowd and just getting everybody re-energized and engaged, nothing beats like Play, and definitely No God. No God to me is probably the one. If I have to pick a song that would just get everybody jumping around. And the same thing happened when I saw them in San Diego. No God is it, as far as like getting everybody just pumped. And that it happened on the second half, towards the end, and I was kind of like running low on energy, just because, believe me, I had adrenaline because it's Bandmate. But having been there for already a week and walking nonstop pretty much every day, like sightseeing, my legs were dead. They were just vegetables at this point. So standing in line for 3 hours and total, and then another 2 hours for the show was just really hard for me towards the end of the day. I'm just glad that they started the concert really early at 5:30, so I had a little bit more energy left. But man, it was a challenge for me to kind of like get energized. But when my favorite songs, like Secret My Lips and Awkward and No God and I just went with the crowd. You can't help it but participate. I like to participate anyway. I just can't stand when people just stand there, and some people do. And I think that's just kind of like not cool. I'm sure the Maids don't appreciate that. So do try to get involved if you're able to, unless there's some reason that you can, and I totally understand that. But I really like the energy that the Maids put out, and we reciprocated that, and we gave our energy to them back, which was really cool. So yeah, 2 hours later, the show ended, I should say, sorry. But yeah, it took about 2 hours, and there was no encore, so it ended when it did. And then we all kind of like started walking out, and I went back to my hotel, which is not too far, and met my family, and we decided to go to a nearby ramen shop. If you guys don't know, Fukuoka is known to be the capital of Japan when it comes to ramen, so we definitely wanted to try ramen. And again, it's not too far away from the venue and our hotel. We went to this place called Shinshin. It's a pretty popular ramen place, and what was interesting is while I was in line, and maybe because I was wearing my Bandmate hoodie, 3 guys were across the street, and they just kind of like came to me, and one of them gave me this, which was pretty cool. It says 10th anniversary tour Bandmate, and he had like the cute picture or drawing artwork of the Maids. So that was pretty cool. Don't know the guy, and he probably just recognized my I think they were also in the concert and saw my hoodie, so he came up to me and gave me this. So I was very thankful and appreciative that another interaction with the community was really cool. That's what I'm saying about Bandmate. Doesn't matter where you're from, how old you are, if you're male, female, whatever, the community is just cool, and we all support each other and help each other out, and we like to exchange things. So that was neat. So we went in there, and we were waiting for our food, and I happened to look up on the wall. They have a bunch of signatures of people that's been there, and some of them being famous, I suppose. And right above the table where we're sitting, and it was like destiny, I saw Akane's signature, and I was like, holy crap. Well, that makes sense. You know, they've been to Fukuoka to perform, and it's not too far from the venue. And we all know how Akane loves to eat. So I was pretty sure that that was her signature, and so I took a picture of it. And I kind of like did, you know, this stuff like just throughout Japan, as far as like seeing things that reminds me of the Maiden, and kind of like documenting. Like we went to this place that's kind of like Peanuts, Snoopy type place that's sold like Snoopy stuff. And I took a couple of pictures, and we went in there, and I had one of the best milk soft serve ice cream I've ever had. So that was like really cool. So also, again, when I went to a mall and I saw Hanshin Tigers place that was selling their memorabilia, I also took pictures. So every now and then I would like see things that would remind me of Band-Aid, and I would just take pictures. And you know, I didn't take pictures of the main cafes in Akihabara, but also that's another thing that, of course, I was thinking of Band-Aid when I saw them. And so I went, part of what I did too while I was in Japan is I went looking for merch for Band-Aid music, CDs and stuff. So I went to Two Tower Records. I went to one in Shibuya, I believe. And then another one, I want to say, God, it's also somewhere in Tokyo, but you know, Tokyo is huge. So I went to a couple of different stores. So Shibuya and maybe Shinjuku, if I'm trying to remember. But in Shibuya, I think it was the larger of the two. It had like 7 floors. So I bought a couple more CDs. This one, again, one of my favorites, Just Bring It. I just love this album. Everything that's on here, Don't You Tell Me, Puzzle, Cross, Awkward, it's one of my favorites, Secret My Lips. And of course, I opened it and I started listening to it. And even things that are not like maybe for everybody, like Cross and Parts, I actually like. So definitely a win for that one. And then I got another one, the brand new made. And I haven't opened it yet. And I believe a lot of these songs, if not all of them, were not written by the Maids, but it doesn't matter if the songs were written for them or they were themselves. It's all good. I can't say that I don't like the earlier albums just because it wasn't written by them. I mean, obviously, we like it more when it was written by them. Akane is just, or I'm sorry, but Kaname is just a very, very good songwriter, excellent, great songwriter. So we would have, you know, preferred it if it was written by them, but it's still good. So I got those, and you know, I just had a really great time, and I just thought I would share this with you guys. And if I haven't mentioned it yet, the footage that I'm kind of like showing is from the San Diego show, and I think I've actually already mentioned that. Sorry if I'm just repeating myself, but I'm not used to just rambling like this. But anyway, thank you for watching. And if you guys have any questions, do please let me know in the comments. And I'll be uploading a video soon, a reaction or a review from Band-Maid. So stay tuned for that. Until next time, thank you again for spending your time with me. Until next time, take care, guys.